Good morning, students. Today, let us learn Pedagogy of English of third semester. Unit. Let us learn what are the language skills. When we learn a language, there are 4 skills that we need for complete communication. When we learn our native language, we usually learn to listen first, then to speak, then to read, and finally to write. These are called the 4 language skills. They are famous as LSRW skills. That is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The 4 skills of language are in the division of 2 types. Productive skill, that is speaking and writing. Receptive skills, listening and reading. So, student, let us learn today what is the importance of listening skill and how we are going to develop these skills. Listening, one of the means of language communication, is used most widely in people's daily lives. Meaning of listening skill here is listening is a psychologically phenomena which takes place on a cognitive level inside people's head, and a social phenomena which develops interactively between people and the environment surrounding them. Listening is receiving language through the ear. Listening involves identifying the sounds of speech and processing them in words and sentences. When we listen, we use our ears to receive individual. When we listen, we use our ears to receive individual sounds. We stress, we pause, and we use our brain to convert these into messages that mean something to us. Listening is a communication method that requires the listener to understand, interpret, and assess what they hear. The ability to listen actively can improve personal interaction through reducing problems, increasing cooperation, and fostering understanding. So, what is the importance of listening skill? Very first point is here, communication is not complete without effective listening. An attentive listener stimulates better speaking by the speaker. A good listener learns more than an indifferent listener. A good listener can restructure vague spelling in a way that produces clearer meaning. A good listener learns to detect prejudices, assumptions, and attitudes. Improves the conversation skills. Improve the existing relationships and get new friends. Have a better life, both personal and professional. Learn to know about the people to whom he talks. Listening in a group discussion helps to give new ideas. Listening helps not jump to conclusions. Good listening will avoid aggression because you know what the other person says. Listening will help learn something new. Listening in a group motivates the environment. Good listening skill in a group discussion can help you notice flaws in what others speak. Listening will help you comprehend what the other team member speaks even if the topic is not well known. Listening keeps you aware and alert. If you listen, teammates in the group will listen to you. Yes, now let us learn skills of listening, my dear students. There are 8 skills of listening. Very first, discriminating similar sounds. Second, dictation. Third, task listening. Fourth, discussion or debate. Fifth, listening for gist. Sixth, listening for specific information. Seventh, listening in detail. 8. Note making. Now let us know each subpoint of these skills of listening. Very first, discriminating similar sounds mean listening for sounds and telling the difference between one and the other is called sound discrimination. Sound discrimination is very important to early readers and writers because when a child wants to write the words pig or bat, it will be very important to be able to identify all the sounds in those words. Otherwise, reading and writing small words like this will be impossible without memorizing every single word looks like down to the last letter. Second subpoint, dictation. It is the transcription of spoken text. One person who is dictating speaks and another who is taking dictation writes down the words as they are spoken. Among speakers of several languages, dictation is used as a text of language skill, similar to spelling bees in the English speaking world. Secondary to speaking language skill, the exercise of dictation has also been used to introduce students to library works and to instill morals. Third, task listening. A task is an activity in which a person engages in order to attain an objective and which necessitates the use of language, and task based listening is approach to listening. Understand orally delivered information. To do something with it, students are asked to listen to what are described as authentic situations and to do something with the information. Fourth, discussion or debate. To activity draws, the activity here draws on the learning from several other activities in this resource. The purpose of the activity is to develop learners' overall ability to listen for meaning and to demonstrate understanding through discussion. This is also involves critical and interactive skills. When a discussion or debate is taken among the students, it will develop the skills of listening and as well as speaking. Fifth, listening for gist. This is when we listen to something to get a general idea of what it's about, of what's being said. We don't want or need to understand every word, just what is about and what it is being said. Sixth, listening for specific information. This is when we listen to something because we want to discover a particular piece of information. We know in advance what we are hoping to find out. We can ignore other information which does not interest us. Here we can ignore the information which is not going to bring any interest in us to listen. Seventh, listening in detail. This is when we listen very closely, paying attention to all the words and trying to understand as much information as possible. The last one, that is eighth one, note taking. Through note taking is writing skill. It is a part of skill. Now students, let us know what are the objectives used to develop the skill of listening. Listening skill is the ability to understand English when it is spoken. Then the student should be able to, very first, understand meaning of words, phrases and sentences in context. Recognize the vowels and consonants in speech. Recognize the words of stress and unstressed. Recognize the total quality. Recognize the pronunciation of every word. Recognize the intonation, variation, style of uttering words. Recognize the rhyme and rhythm. Understand statements, questions, instructions and commands. Follow directions given orally. Follow simple narratives and description. Grasp the substance and central idea of what is heard. Listen and understand radio, broadcast, TV programs. Maintain his or her listening attention for a reasonable length of time. Take organized notes on lectures and listening passages. Identify and distinguish main ideas from supporting details. Identify speaker's purpose and tone. Discuss and respond to context of a lecture or listening passage orally and or if you want to have in writing. Reflect on and evaluate learning and performance and set goals for progress. So these are the certain objectives used to develop a skill of listening. Yes, dear student, now let us know what are the innovative listening activities used to develop listening skills. Listening skill depends on different factors such as direction from which the sound is coming, awareness of different rhythmic patterns, and intonation of voice. These constitute the basis of expressive language that helps in acquiring literacy. Very first, listening the teacher classes with attention and note making. Second, encourage questioning and answering in the class. Third, involving in interaction talks. Fourth, listening radio and TV programs or lesson. Fifth, participating and listening the lecture, seminar, discussion, meeting. Sixth, listening the recorded topics or music, songs, etc. 7. Listening telephone conversation. 8. Playing listening sounds is a good way to help your child distinguish between environmental sounds and animal sounds. You can play guessing games with drums, clocks, tins, etc. Ask your child to make the same sounds. Playing with musical instruments is a good way to help your child learn different rhymes. Play low and high pitched sounds to help her distinguish between soft and loud sounds. Read stories and ask your child, for instance, to bark like a dog whenever a dog appears in the story. If you have toddler, you can read a nursery rhyme that your child knows and leave out a word. Ask him to identify the word. Make reading a regular practice. Join your child in this and monitor her or his progress. Pause to ask question to make sure your child is listening to the story. Put two children sit back to back and one of them a picture with lots of shapes. Ask her to name the different shapes while the one to write whatever he or she hears. Practice following classroom instruction in the form of a game. Audio stories, listen to the stories together with your child or as a family. Identify sounds, play or make sounds while your child's eyes are closed and they must try to identify them. So these are the innovative activities used to develop listening skills. So by this, a complete listening skills importance and how you are going to develop the materials and resources is completed. Now the next skill is speaking skill. Very first, meaning of speaking skill. Speaking is an act of making vowel sound. We can say that speaking means to converse or expressing one's thoughts and feelings in spoken language. To speak often implies conveying information. It may be from an informal remark to a scholarly presentation to a formal address. Speaking is defined as an interactive process of constructing meaning that involves producing, receiving, and processing information. Its forms and meanings are dependent on the context in which it occurs, the participants, and the purpose of speaking. Next one is importance of speaking skill. So what are the importance of speaking skill and how it is important when you are going to speak? Let us know here. Very first one is a ability to inform, persuades and direct. Under this, business managers, educators, military leaders, lawyers and politicians among others seek to develop their speaking skills to such a level that they are transformed into master communication. Second, ability to gain attention. Speaking clearly and confidently can gain the attention of an audience, providing the golden opportunity for the speaker to make the message known. Wise is the speaker who gains and then holds the attention of an audience. With well chosen words in a well delivered presentation, forming a message that is effective, informative, and understood. Third, ability to stand out from the rest. When one thinks of speaking skills, one tends to think of it as a common skill. Think again. The ability to stand before others and speak effectively is not an ordinary ability. Many people are deathly afraid of public speaking. Others have little ability to form thoughts into sentences and then deliver those words in a believable way. Fourth, ability to benefit derivatively. Well developed verbal skills can increase one's negotiation skills. Self-confidence is improved. A growing sense of comfort comes from speaking in front of larger and larger audience. A reputation for excellence in speaking can accumulate over time, thereby imparting certain credibility to the speaker. Fifth, career enhancement. Speaking skills are important for career success but certainly not limited to one's professional aspiration. Sixth, speaking skills are skills that gives us the ability to communicate effectively. 7. Speaking skills allow the speaker to convey his message in passionate, thoughtful and convincing manner. The last one, speaking skills also help to assure that one would not be misunderstood by those who are listening. To have effective speaking, there are some characteristics of good speaking. Very first, clarity. Clarity is an essential feature of a good speech. Speech should be clear so that the audience can understand easily. If it is not clear enough to express its meaning to the audience, it will become ineffective. Second, definiteness of message. The message of the speech should be definite and relevant with the subject matter. Confidence. Confidence is the characteristics of good speaking. There are certain characteristics of good speaking. Very first, clarity. Clarity is an essential feature of a good speech. Speech should be clear so that the audience can understand it easily. If your speech is not clear, it expresses to the listeners ineffective. Second, confidence. Confidence is the mother of all other attributes, because when you have a confidence in you, you can win your goal. That is, a good presentation can be successful when you have a confidence in you. A public speaker who excludes confidence is viewed as being more confident, accurate, knowledgeable, intelligent and likable. Next, context. Meaningful subject. Whatever you are going to speak, it should be very meaningful. Next, grammar. Grammatical correctness. The language what you are going to use in your speech or where you are going to deliver a speech, there should be a correct grammatical usage. Standard language. Avoid dialects and country words. Stimulus variation. This is a use of proper pronunciation, use of stress, intonation. Next, interesting. Speech should be delivered in an interesting and pleasing way so that the audience is motivated to pay attention. In order to make the speech interesting, various stories, examples, quotations and jokes can be cited. Next, informal touch. Though speech is a formal address, it should be presented in a personal and informal way. Speaking slowly. An ideal speech is one which is delivered slowly and is usually in a in a usual tone. It helps the audience to hear and understand the message clearly. When you speak slowly, the speaker should use the words to express slowly so that the listener can understand it very clearly. The next one is free from emotion. Another important feature of good speech is that it should be delivered in an unbiased and unemotional way. Speaker's emotion may derive him away from the main theme. Use of body language. Good speech goes with necessary body language. Therefore, at the time of delivering a speech, the speaker should use various non-verbal cues. Passion. Passion is a strong feeling of enthusiasm for something. In order to effectively communicate speech, one needs to have a passion for the subject. Without a passion, your speech is meaningless. Passion elicits emotion that flow naturally. How to improve speaking skill? Very first, practice. Practice creates authentic activities. How to improve speaking skills? Very first, practice. Create authentic practice activities that as similar to real life as possible. Second, know your audience. The better you know your audience or listeners, the easier it will be connect to them as you speak. Third, context. Create different context in which students can practice in order to broaden their vocabulary and experimental horizons. Next, interact with your audience. Lectures will rarely have the same impact on an audience that an open discussion will. Next, speak with sincerity and passion. When a person wants to leave a lasting impression with the audience about one's topic, then he will be sure that he is true to himself and the topic as he speaks. Don't be afraid to inject enthusiasm and passion into the speech as well. Fluency. The main goal is fluency. Remember that one does not have to know many complex grammatical structure to achieve that goal. Next, close your speech in a memorable way. Give your audience something to think about as you finish up your speech. Develop routines involving certain scripts. Use gestures to help get meaning across and encourage students to do the same. Emphasize that what is important in the. There are certain techniques of teaching speaking. Very first, information gap. Second, jigsaw activities. Third, role plays. Fourth, stimulations. Fifth, group discussion. Sixth, debate. And seventh, computer assisted language learning. The speaking skills have different aspects. That is, very first, let us discuss with the pronunciation. Pronunciation refers to the way in which we make the sound of words. An accepted standard of the sound and stress pattern of a syllable, word, phrase, etc. of any language is called pronunciation. Pronunciation is the way in which a word or a language is spoken. This may refer to generally agreed upon sequence of sounds used in speaking a given word or language in a specific dialect. To pronounce words, we push air from our lungs up through our throat and vocal cords, through our mouth, past our tongue and out between our teeth and lips. Tone, pitch, stress, rhythm and intonation are terms used to refer to different aspects of a language's pronunciation. Every language has the same aspects in different variation. However, in English, a wide range of intonation, stress, pitch and tone is used. Higher pitch. But at the same time, the same person's voice may be lower pitch when they are tired or upset. Next, tone. In tone of someone's voice may indicate their actual emotion. Tone can convey happiness, sadness, anger and a wide variety which can be expressed in a different. I don't like the tone of his voice can help you understand what tone means in relation to the spoken language. Next, stress. During a speech, you can also use stress to draw attention to different parts of your message. Stressing involves putting more emphasis on a word or a sentence to draw attention to it. Next, rhythm. This aspect of a speech is how the words move. In a bad speech, they are choppy and make the audience stop at every other word. If the speaker has a regular cadence, then the speech flows easily without being too slow, too choppy, or too fast. Next, intonation. In phonetics, the melodic pattern of utterance, intonation is primarily a matter of variation in the pitch level of the voice. But in such language as English, stress and rhythm is also involved. Intonation conveys difference of expressive meaning. That is, example, surprise, anger, weariness. Intonation is a melody of music of a language. It refers to the way the voice rises and falls as we speak. These are the related with the pronunciation. Importance of teaching pronunciation. Good pronunciation will boost self-esteem, facilitates communication, and possibly lead to a better or at least more respect in workplace. Second language learners worry about having an obvious accent when they speak. Foreign learners studying in English speaking countries need better pronunciation. International business people and diplomats should learn pronunciation for better communication. Immigrants living in English speaking countries have to hang out with the natives in English speaking countries. Articulation. What is articulation? Here, articulation is the ability to physically move the tongue, lips, teeth, and jaw to produce sequence of speech sounds which make up words and sentences. Articulation is the movement of the tongue, lips, jaw, and other speech organs. Articulation in phonetics, a configuration of the vocal tract resulting from the position of the mobile organs of the vocal tract. This configuration modifies an air stream to produce sounds of speech. The main articulation are the tongue, the upper lip, the lower lip, and the upper teeth, the upper gum bridge, the hard plate, the velum. Sound is produced simply by expelling air from the lungs. However, to vary the sound quality in a way useful for speaking, two speech organs normally move towards each other to contact each other to create an obstructions. Manner of articulation. Manner of articulation refers in general to characteristics of the speech organs other than the location of the